Alright, mic check, mic check, mic check. And while we're at it, let's throw in a vibe check. Why not? That sounded better in my head. There we go, now that I'm done coughing, maybe. Hello, I am Restre Alk, your favorite locomotive Tsukumogami who can't think of a ludicrously specific category to put himself in so as to inflate the odds that I'm actually your favorite. Never mind. Following up from yesterday's stream, we're going to put some ground cover onto the Z Shorty mini layout. Yeah, the original plan was to do this yesterday, but, 2 hours and 40 some odd minutes later, it was, time to call it a night. So, where do we want to start? That's the question. And I think the answer is with the ballast around the track. That seems like a good place to begin tonight. So we'll do it in sections. I won't spread glue all along the whole edge of the track at once. That would be a bit much. Might cause some problems later. And as is the case last time, I of course have my masking tape on the rails and the power switch to prevent any mishaps. There we go. I think that's the stuff in the example pictures anyway. But I'm kind of going off example here and just putting down the stuff that I want. Because I can, essentially. We'll put some a little way into the hill, at least on the front side here. Just to give the illusion a little more depth. Words. Yeah, there we are. Very good. Now, get off the actual track there. When I'm finished, I am going to need to spread a little bit of a sealer on here, which I'll do by mixing equal parts white glue and water, then adding a single drop of dish soap, and dribbling that a drop at a time onto the turf with a eyedropper. I think I'll do that off stream because we have to wait 24 to 48 hours for the glue to cure. And once I do it, it's going to be like a 10-minute thing, so that would be a weirdly short stream, you know? But other than that, this will finish off this little project, I think. I don't know about putting ground cover near the switch. I mean, you don't want to actually get anything into the mechanics or the electronics. So I think that'll be about as close as we let it come. Just for the sake of safety, you know? Don't want a sandy power switch after all. Or a grassy power switch either, frankly. Better be careful I don't hit the crossing gate. Actually, why don't I just raise the crossing gates? Yeah, there we are. Maybe a longer section than I should have put glue on at once, but if it goes badly, then lesson learned, I suppose. This is also not the most efficient way to apply the turf, but it's my wargamer habits taking over. Okay, well, putting down that much glue didn't turn out to be a problem after all, I guess. We'll put some of the larger rocks on the base of the mountain. I say larger rocks, the coarser sand is what I really mean. Okay. Get all the sand off of there. Yeah, no doubt they meticulously sweep their entrance. To make it more attractive, you know? You gotta do that. Make your shop look nice. You can go down again. Time for you to come up. Of course, part of the artistry of detailing a model railroad layout is working around the details you've already applied. Will this camera focus today? That would be very nice if it did. Whatever. I should probably get a better camera, honestly. But such things are a concern for later. That glue is too high up the side there. Now it's too far away. This is going to be the part we have to be the most fussy about, I think. The rest, we can be a little more scattershot, because, of course, we want it to look natural, and nature isn't always the most organized thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. I mean, some of this will end up covering with grass anyway, especially where it gets away from the track a little. Or a lot, as the case may be. I forgot to check if the music was playing again. Okay, looks like it is. Is it muted though? Did I make that mistake again? Let's check before I'm 40 minutes into the stream. Okay. Yesterday was a weird day for me. Today hasn't been so rough. Although I'm still a little out of it. I haven't been sleeping well. I think I mentioned that yesterday. Oops. I keep whacking the camera. That's a problem, isn't it? It's not what you want your streamers to do. Well, at least it's focusing now, right? Okay, let's ballast here. Spread that drop of glue around is what we'll do. I say like you haven't already seen me do it several times. This is similar, of course, to decorating the base on a Wargame mini, but not entirely the same. Although there is a significant overlap in the skills that you need, which is why I'm not doing the best job in the world at it. But a lot of that went onto the tape. That's why we have the tape there. There we are. Now this crossing gate can go down again. And not one single person is going to believe anybody in the silver car when they talk about the giant gloved hand from the sky that scattered sand in front of them. He will probably be arrested on suspicion of drug abuse or something. One of those hallucinogens, I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. But I'm sure there's something out there that'll make you hallucinate a giant hand from the sky. Pull that out of the way. Okay, then. I'm gonna have to stand up for this part. So that I can work over here. I guess we'll do this side first. I realized I went silent there for a little while. I was just lost in thought for a second, or several seconds. More like. Maybe even a minute or more. I do that sometimes. And, you know, I try not to do it on stream, but, you know, I make mistakes. I think we all do. Right. I mean, hopefully we all make mistakes. It'd suck if it was just me. There we go. Put that down there. Oh, and again, I got a lot of it on the tape. Oh well, we'll brush it off. Now I'm casting shadows. Ah. I put quite a lot on the tape, didn't I? Well, that's fine. That's what this is for. Got more on the tape than next to it, didn't I? And that's why you always mask your tracks when you're ballasting. Oops. Yeah. I missed a section. I'm gonna have to put the glue right on the brush for this one. There's no way I'm getting the bottle in with those trees. Okay. Eesh, even the brush is having a little trouble getting in there. And again, lots of it ended up on the tape. Okay, that'll do for now. Let's lay down some more ground cover of different varieties. And then maybe we'll see if we need to put down any more of this, because I still have most of the bag, it looks like. Say, well, at least half the bag. I say, immediately second-guessing myself, as I often do. Okay, Now it's okay. Some of this stuff on the mountainside. Put the cows over here where I'll be able to find them easily, because we'll need them soon. Yeah, now, hopefully, I can get it to stick right to that side there. Although, I guess we'll see if the glue is strong enough, won't we? I've got to put something on there. Visible plastic when the rest of it is nicely ballasted wouldn't quite fly. Well, nicely decorated, I should say. Not gonna ballast the whole thing. This isn't a switching yard. Even a switching yard wouldn't be entirely covered in ballast, I suppose. Yeah. Pile it up on the side there, and then I'll use the brush to push it up onto the glue. Maybe. Let's see if that works. Ooh, it kinda is working. Honestly, a little better than I was afraid it might work. You know what I should just do is this. Hold it up. So you can eyeball its battery pack for a minute. Or we'll just stand it up like that. And angle the camera up a little so you can see what I'm doing. Just a little more there. Oh, well. Maybe this wasn't as good a plan as I thought. Now we tip it over this way. Oh! We just lost a bunch of ballast. I guess my glue wasn't as good as I thought. And there goes the battery pack. I did not think this through, but it's a little late now. I guess I should have done the mountainside first. Oh well, that's why we clean up after ourselves. Camera up anymore? My wallpaper was by Mary Cagle. I guess I should give her a shout out if I'm going to be showing it on camera, even if by accident. Also known as Cube Watermelon, artist of Sleepless Domain, and co-host of Anime Slushy. And all-round good person. She has a Patreon, and that's where you get the wallpapers that she does every month. So definitely look her up. There, that's my unsolicited plug for the stream. Okay, let's stick the battery pack back on. mentioned that last time. This thing doesn't get along well with its adhesive strip. That is a lot of ballast that we lost, and yet I don't see any gaps. Oh well. There's paper towels all over the place. I thought ahead. I think on this side we won't do gravel all the way up. Actually, let's have the gravel give way to foliage. Yeah, because there's that tree there, and there's these trees here. Well, I guess they're bushes because I sunk them that far into the side of the hill. Yeah, that'll actually be good. So we'll set that aside for now. And let's go from the bottom of the mountain up to the top of it. May deal with that, the tunnel entrances in a little while. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's start with... I think this grass, the second darkest, we'll put some of that on there. And then it will finally be time for the cows. Although, actually, maybe I should put the cows in first, so that their feet can stick to plastic instead of grass. The grass is less of a stable base. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll stick the cows down, and then I'll put the grass down around them. Like I should have done last time, but... I don't know, I didn't think about it enough, I suppose. Okay. I don't want to spread the glue too thin. But there we go. I believe that should be fine. Now, let's see if there's enough glue for you to stick. Or am I going to have to put some more on your little feet? You know what? Actually, changed my mind. Do the turf. We'll give the cows a little super glue is what we'll do. Where'd I put the super glue? There it is. I'm doing this all out of order. I'm tripping myself up. So I'm being hasty. Say that haste makes waste, and I guess that's true. Yes, there we go. We want super glue connecting the cows to the plastic. That's how we want to do it. And then we lay down the white glue and the turf. Just a little bit on each of your hooves. It looks like I got a drop on my glove, but that's fine. Multitude of paper towels, so it's not a problem. There we are. Dropped my bottle of glue on the floor. That was a bad move. Good thing none came out. This cow will be closer to the shed, I think. Uh-oh, glue on my gloves. There we go. Oops. Oops. She doesn't like the slope. That's what's going on there. Alright. You don't want to be on the slopey part. I guess you can be over here with your friend. There. Those are relatively glue-free now. But I think the flock won't stick to them too badly. Good gravy. Good grief. Good, I don't know, something else. Good golly gosh. Oh yeah, that's actually a little thicker than I thought, so we might be a little sparing with that. Make it patchy. Over here. We'll let the super glue dry for a little while, and then we'll put the grass under the cows. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good turf, what that turned out to be. The lighter grasses look a little thinner, so we'll put those on a little more evenly there. This will actually look pretty good under the bushes, so we're going to go there next. That's where the majority, or at least the largest amount of it will be, around here. I'm improvising a little, I'm sure you've noticed. I think improvisation is a good thing to do when you're building a naturalistic sort of a scene. Because I mean, well, like I said, nature is not exactly the most organized thing. It goes where it shall go and does how it does. Of course, if your scene is more human-controlled, like a city or a park or something, then randomness and improvisation may not serve you quite as well. As we humans, we like to organize and structure. Although that's not always the case. There are some real-life man-made areas that are quite random, at least by appearance. They made sense to the people putting them together, you know? City streets make sense to the people drawing them on a map. Even if not necessarily to anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know how it is. You know how it is. We'll put some of this down here. it'll transition over to being significantly covering that mountainside. Brush is getting all kinds of stuff on it. Guess that's to be expected. Both my brushes, in fact. Let's see. I just can't. There. Managed it in the end. I think as we get closer to the big tree, we'll transition to the darker ground cover. Oops. Accidentally wiped it all off. The trouble with vertical surfaces, I suppose. Oh, yeah, we'll blend it with the darker stuff in a minute. Is there anywhere else that I want this particular ground cover to go? Guess not right now. Of course, that may change. I am going about this pretty scattershot. Okay. Back up to the hilltop to see our cattle friends. How's that look? Does that look like cows would like to eat it? Or maybe this might be better? Yeah, let's go with this stuff. We'll blob some glue around here. Spread it around. there. We'll bring some over to this side of the fence. And between those fence posts, yeah. It'll end up growing up the legs, but, you know, nature, as I said. Pardon me, ma'am. Alright, let's see how she looks. Stuff's also some pretty thick-looking turf. Pretty similar color, too. I don't think it's quite the same. Maybe it is. My Deuteranopia is gonna give me fits trying to figure out if it's the same color. Similar, anyway. Now that I get it out of the bag, get onto the layout. Yeah, it does go on pretty thick though, so that's nice. Okay. Pardon me again, ma'am. While I push some of this underneath there. Oops! Oh dear! That, was easier than it should have been. Okay. That's just another thing to fix. Let me push this in here. Yeah. Right along the fence. Good thing I laid down all these paper towels. I'm making a big old mess. Okay. Let's get you back on your feet. A little help from our friend Super Glue. Can I manage it without getting glue on my gloves this time? Oh, I almost had it. Almost had it. Let's take the opportunity to have you face a slightly different direction, maybe? Uh-oh, you're stuck to my glove. Oh no! Ah, and there's something weird sticking out of your back. Possibly a bit of plastic sprue. I'll have to get my knife out for that. Or my clippers. Probably the clippers, actually. Gosh darn it. Lots of glue on this glove. Too much glue on my gloves. I can't get the cow onto the layout now. Yeah, that is a chunk of plastic sprue. Oh, and it's gone. Okay. Let's do this the crazy way. Like a weirdo who uses too much glue. Stay. Stay, don't come with my glove. Darn it! I told you to stay. There! I feel like I kinda wasted myself on my own petard a little there. Oh well. Brief pause for a drink. Straighten out the tree. Now for this stuff. They clearly assume we're going to be using quite a lot of this. because what a lot they've given us, huh? I have to stand up again. Ah. A little daub of glue there, and a little drop there. Spread them around. We'll blend our colors of ground cover together a little. Well, before we really do a lot of that, we'll let the glue dry. Spreading glue, spreading glue. Spreading glue, spreading glue. Oops, got some on the backdrop. No ground on the trees, that'd be weird. Not quite how trees work. Have to especially make sure the thick ground cover goes around that part of the fence to hide the fact that the fence posts are not contacting the ground. You know how that goes. Alright, yeah. This stuff right there, around there. Oops. Dropping it where there isn't any glue, that won't help any. Oh well. Yeah, there we are. Some more. And I have to get in there with the brush, I guess. Push it under there. Okay. It's a little thick near the fence, but that's fine. You know, not like the farmer's gonna mow this area. That's where the cattle graze. Don't mow your cattle grazing land, that'd be a bad move. Cattle sure wouldn't appreciate it, I'll tell you that. Okay. While I'm on my feet, guess it's time to do this side of the mountain. If I was as smart as I like to think I am, I'd have at least partially decorated the mountain before I glued it down. But that didn't occur to me until just now. So, yeah, I could have done most of this and then glued it down and then did the edges where it contacts the ground, the base of the layout, I should say. That might have been a better move, although that might have made it hard to like handle while I was putting the glue on. So come to think of it, maybe that wouldn't have been the best idea. Okay, against my better judgment, I'm going to tip it up again. Just so. Riveting viewing, I'm sure. Would you just stick your glue? That's all I want from you. Okay, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. Oh, whoops, I forgot to do behind that tree. Okay, let's do that now. See if I can pull it off without having to stand anymore. I don't know how standing up affects the microphone's ability to pick up my voice. So I'm hesitant to do it. I mean, it's a good mic, but I'm not an audio professional, so yeah, I'm sure you can notice that I'm not a genius when it comes to audio things. Not quite my skill set. But we invented specialization so that not everybody had to be good at everything. And I think I just popped the tree out of whack there. So a tree will get some more glue in a minute here. Up the side. I'm gonna have to tip it over again. Last time tipping. Ooh, you can see what I'm doing almost. Almost, but not quite. Okay, yeah, tipping your layout while you're putting down ground cover, not fun. Put you away from the power feeder. And you need to get away from the track. Just slightly. I want you below the rails. That's what matters. Below the rails. Ooh, I'll put some of this around the bases of the lampposts, too. I believe. Gravel stuck to the rails, actually. Okay, yeah, that must have happened when I was tipping the layout like a crazy person. We'll see if there's any more of that sort of thing during our final cleanup. Alright. I think I'm coming down with a cold again. I feel like I just had one a couple of weeks ago. But I suppose it's that time of year, isn't it? At least in this hemisphere. I guess it's warmer in the southern hemisphere, but come for them too. I want to put something above the funnel entrance there, but I'm not sure if I should do plant or gravel. I'm thinking gravel. Yeah. Yeah. Give it a good amount of glue. It'll help hold, and we'll put some down the side too to hide the gap. Both sides, in fact. Hide both gaps. Because we are just clever like that, aren't we? This is the stuff. Yeah, the thick stuff. We want to try to press it into the glue there. Keyword being try, I suppose. Although, it's not bad. Couple little gaps in the coverage there, but we can fix that very handily. There we are, there we are. We're getting some of that blend of ground cover I was speaking of. Admittedly accidentally, but either way. Do need to get it away from the feeder. That's probably a sensitive component. That shouldn't be messed with too much. Okay, now for the sides. That'll be a little difficult, I imagine. Not the least of which getting the glue in there without disrupting the turf that's already down. More of that just went right in the tunnel. Right in the darn tunnel. Right. Let's see if we can slide some of this up the side a little. On. Proper repository of turf right there in that little corner. Not entirely ideal. But we'll do our best. That's all we can do, right? Our best. Yeah, push it right up the side. Let it blend together all crazy like. I feel like I need like a tiny shovel or something. I guess that'll have to do. I don't think a lot of people will be looking there anyway, right? Cross my fingers. Cross my fingers. I'll even do it on camera for you. Haha. There. Now, on this entrance, I think we'll put some of the gravel at the bottom. To push the entrance up against the tunnel there. Hopefully. Oops. That just hit a bunch of sand. Okay. This is the tunnel entrance that people are going to be paying more attention to. So it should probably be the one that I try to make look better. The gravel isn't heavy enough to hold it in place. Right. Should have done this in the first place. I'll just brush some glue to the inside there. And press. And press. Don't you make me get the super glue, sir. Gravel there. It'll interfere with the train. Put some down there before that glue dries. There. That's holding. And it just lost it. I don't want that gap. Don't want the gap. More glue, maybe. All up and down. Press and hold. Need to glue up there too. Well, maybe I'll have some ground cover overhanging like the other entrance. Yeah, actually, that's just what I'll do. A little bit of overhang. Might look kind of nice. Alright. Did I get lost in thought again? I think I did. It's been a day for that sort of thing. Well, how much do you even want to hear me talk anyway? Is that what anybody's actually here for? You're here for the train. Right? Okay. Is that going to hold? I think so. I think I got it to hold. Provided I don't disturb it too much, I think it'll be alright now. Now, let's get another color of grass. Ooh, I don't think we've used any of this stuff just yet. And the remaining hillside is as good a area as any, I suppose. Yeah. Good stuff. Oh, and this glue is already dried enough that I can be a little less careful about brushing against it, so that's good. That's good. We'll blend along that edge there next. Alright, let's sprinkle this on. Oh, that's a good contrast. I do like that. I do like that quite a bit, actually. That's almost like a moss. Looking at it. Yeah. Oh, that's delightful. That is a very, very good. I like that. I like it. I like it. Add it to the ever-growing list of things that I like about this whole set. Admittedly, it's similar enough to the plastic that it plays tricks on my eyes. I think that I haven't put it on places that I have. But, you know, that's fine. It's a good color. Good color. Yeah. You in there. You know where else I'll put some of this? Well, first on the other side of this tree here. Put that glue all around. Put some down here. Okay, oh, what a bit of chaos. Oh well. That's what we like anyway, right? Just a little bit of disorder. Feel like put some of that in front of Rokuhan. I'll scatter some other colors in front of Rokuhan too. Get out of the bag there. Yeah. Yeah. Not like a moss lawn situation going on. That's the good stuff. Now, where else should I put some of this? I think for now, I'll set it aside. I want to be... There's not much left, so I want to be a bit picky about where I put it. Where I put the rest of the stuff. Ooh, we've got a bare patch under that tree. Let's grab some turf that we can put in there. There we are. Good enough. I'll do additional layers that are slightly different colors. Disguise the transitions a little, you know? And just kind of generally thicken some of the areas where it's a little thin. We'll worry about that when I'm done with the first layer, I suppose. Oops. I tried to brush it off there, and I brushed a little too much. Okay. Now then, we still have some bare patches on the hilltop, but I'll let the glue settle there a little more. Let's move to the other side here. We'll spread some of the dark turf underneath these trees and the general area here. Even right up to the crossing gate. I got some glue on the backdrop, so I guess we'll find out, won't we? This is the stuff. Yeah, good scattering there. Good smattering here. And now our brush. Pebble on the brush, not quite good. Pull it off the street. Ooh, I should put some gravel on the street lamps, maybe? No, not gravel. I'll put some foliage there. And around the crossing gates, too, I'll do a couple layers of foliage. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good coverage in that zone. But I kind of missed a spot in there. All right. And here... Honestly, there's already quite a lot of ground cover against the building, or the mountain there. I guess it's more of a hill than a mountain. Trouble is, there's not much glue holding that ground cover on. If any. I just put a dollop of glue on top. I don't think that would work. Well, actually, there's not as much as I thought. Bit of glue right there. Just kind of mix it in with the ground cover that's already here, I suppose. Of course, now it's all stuck to the brush, so I'll use this brush to wipe it off. Between the two of them, we'll return it to the layout. There. Once we do the next layer of ground cover, that'll look fine. That'll look okay. Add some three-dimensionality to it. Yeah. That's the ticket. And now... over here... we'll have some more of the dark turf right up against the edge. Yeah. Covering quite a significant amount of the roadbed, I suppose. Oh well. Wasn't going to do anything else with that sand anyway, really. Maybe I should have used the gravel for the roadbed. Come to think of it, but... I mean, I guess I could. There's still a fair bit of it left. Nah. It'll just be overgrown. Most of the way around the track. That can happen sometimes. You know? Quite normal. Quite normal. Loop. Lop. Yeah, we'll have to get it under the guardrail. Naturally. I think we'll use the lighter earth for that section. I can get it into that. Use the brush to get the rest of it in there. Really fill that space. It's off camera. There we go. Need to get better at my camera work too, I suppose. Still used to having it pointed at me. And just stationary. Get that off the street or road. I guess it's more of a road than a street. There's differences after all. Clear that out of there. All right, we are near to finished with this first layer here. I think the darker for variety is what we'll put there. Ooh, that's a pebble. How long have you been there? There we go. And then over here, I think we'll use some more of that mossy looking stuff. Don't want to spill it. Go. Yeah. Okay. So that's the first layer mostly done. There's still some gaps to fill. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll let the glue dry for a little while. And, you know, look over it. We don't have to let it dry for too long. I inadvertently hid the shed, didn't I? Tilt the tree that way a little. You probably shouldn't wobble that much, but it's okay. Yeah, I guess fill in the gaps. We'll use little dollops of glue and little sprinklings of ground cover. I think I'll use ground cover in different colors just to add some more variety. And then there's areas where I'll probably do a second layer just to really fill things in. And I still have to put the foliage around the street lamps and the crossing gates. We'll build that up over a couple layers, probably. A couple few. Yeah, no time like the present. Okay. We're going to start on the hill. I think that's where our most egregious gaps are. Yeah, for sure. So a little drop there. Just a dab. Daub even. Some there and there. And right there. Well, this ground cover isn't quite as well glued down as I thought. Maybe I should have laid the glue on thicker. Oh well. Always fill in more gaps. Don't want quite that much on the fence. Okay. Let's use a bit of a different color. Yeah, lighter color, I think. For that visual variety. Oops, I got some in between there. Well, there's plenty in between there, so I guess it's okay. That's actually a pretty similar color. Oh well. It's not exactly the same. So yeah, it'll help break up the monotony without looking too out of place. Oh, I should put some right along the edge there, shouldn't I? Yeah, I probably ought to. This will be one for putting glue on the brush. Just that might be too much. Just wipe some of it off. There we are. Immediately I accidentally put glue over the edge. That'll interfere with the case, I think. We put the round cover there. Or the case will just push it off. Either way isn't quite what we want. Okay, and yeah, that one last little spot there. Right here. Alright, there's that. Next we have the gap along the edge there, in between the grass and the gravel. I think this will be the stuff for that gap. A little darker, so it's closer to the grass that's already there, while still having a bit of a visual variety to it, which we like. We like. I'm getting weird, aren't I? Been a rough couple days, what can I say? What can I say? I get weird when I have rough days. It's a coping mechanism, you know? I think that'll do it for that spot. Pretty well. Where to next? Let's inspect. Ooh, that right there. The rest of the edge definitely needs some attention. Yeah. Yeah. Whole mess. Can I just... push this up the wall? I mean, I know how pushing things up the walls worked previously, so what am I thinking? I need to clean that area out again. Okay. Some more of this stuff. Ooh, I'm making a mess with my ground cover. If I place my thumb just right, I can scrape it off onto the side there. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Pull some of this out of here. Let's flip it over the tracks. Or I can add some variety over here. Yeah, in fact... Don't you be going onto the plastic. This area has become a bit overgrown all of a sudden. Oh well, that's probably alright. The railroad will no doubt be along sooner or later to clean this up a little. Just to make sure the trains can run smoothly. But for now, it does have that wild and natural look to it that people can enjoy as they drive along this country road. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, where else do we have gaps? Ooh, there's a gap right there. Hecking gap, in fact. That's a big one. That's worth a bit of a tisk and a tisk, I should say. I forgot that I didn't spread any ground cover there when I was doing the rest under these trees. Oh well. That didn't quite go as planned. Flip this lamp for a minute and just get a real good look. Okay. Over here still needs a little work. Start with the hard part. A little more glue. Go right there. Let's use some of the slightly lighter foliage for, again, visual variety. Yeah, there we are. Getting all this out of here again. Ooh, I just had a thought. Speaking of ground cover around the lamppost. Oh yeah, already there, so why not? Am I right or am I right? Not quite enough. Not quite enough. Well, we can fix that real quick. That might have gone over the line to too much. Uh-oh. The little brush has too much glue on it. Now it's sticking to the foliage more than I want it to. Alright. Now... We'll have to, some more glue down there. Put glue on the sides, but not the front. Well, the sides of the top, I should say. Yeah. That'll work a little better. Come on. Come on. I may have to get a different brush. This one's gotten all sticky. Yeah, that's no good. Okay, one moment. Another one that I can sacrifice. Because... Oops. Well, dropping them on the floor sure won't help anything. Okay, here's one I never use. Albeit a fairly newer one. Oh no, the glue's on the ground cover. Come on. We're gonna have to wait for it to cure, I guess. Wait for the glue to dry and then we can deal with it. Speaking of waiting for glue to dry, that whole side needs more work. Yeah. No time like the present. Yep, I just did that. You all saw it. Just did that. Come on, up the side you go, up the side you go. Okay. That worked better than I thought it would for getting the stuff up the side. Right over here. Didn't quite work as well on that side. I thought I'd happened upon a good technique there, but oh well. Use this brush with all the glue residue on it. That might help hold on to it to get it up there. Oops, that's working too well. And peeling off stuff that was already where I needed it to be. Fortunately, that might be as good as it gets there. But since that area isn't very visible, I guess I can live with it. This area, however, is pretty visible. Oops, that was more than I needed to use. Much more than I needed to use. Now, let's get around to the crossing gates, huh? Glue around them and on them. Make a big old mess of the brush. It's okay. I have an army of paper towels here. So, you may be wondering, and this is just a complete digression, I admit, if I'm gonna play any horror games. What with Halloween coming up? And the answer is probably not. I don't do well with horror games on account of the fact that they scare me. Which I guess is the intention. But yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of being scared. I don't even ride roller coasters, I'm gonna be honest with you. Scare the heck out of me. I might dig through my library and see if there's any Halloween-themed games that I can play around about the night of Halloween. But horror is out of the picture. At least for now. Maybe sometime in the future when I'm feeling more brave or some such thing. Or I just want to suffer for everybody's amusement. One of the two. Maybe I will look into horror as a genre. But for the time being, no horror for Restre. My anxiety about having an audience is honestly all the fear I can take. But now we're getting into my psyche a little, and nobody wants to hear about that mess. Well, botheration. I just brushed the ground cover clean off there, didn't I? Need more glue, it looks like. I still don't know anyone other than me who says botheration. And I don't know where I even picked up the habit. Because it's hardly a common word these days. Yeah, where did I start? Where did I first pick that up? It would have had to have been somewhere. It entered my lexicon somehow. But I'll be darned if I know how. Oh, there's no glue there. That's why it's not sticking. Alright, let's fix that. Loop. Just pull it right over onto that blob of glue. And make an even bigger mess of the brush. I've been accidentally whistling today, too. What the heck is with that? On my S sounds. I mean, it's not something I normally do. I don't know why I'm doing it today. Well, I don't want to speculate. I have a theory, but it's probably absurd. And even if it was right, that wouldn't really help me do anything about it. But I don't know. Yeah, I've said this already today, but it's been a weird couple days. Weird and troubling, and honestly, I'm really just glad to have this set because I need something to make me happy. And as I am sure I've expressed, this little layout makes me very, very happy. It'll make me even happier once I get done with the ground cover and clean off the rails, and we can run the rail car again. A little drop of glue and some of this mixture that's kind of fallen onto the paper towels. Got to husband our resources carefully. This area should probably have a blend of foliage anyway. It's kind of an intersection point. Yeah. Okay, we do still have some thin spots on the hillside here. Well, just that zone. Oh, and there. That's a gap that I didn't even see. Or saw and forgot about, one of the two. Let's take care of those right now. I think that'll do it for major gaps. I mean, I could get a little more foliage above the tunnel entrance there. Yeah. Let's glaze some glue on there. Try not to disturb anything too much. Caused a little disruption, but not too bad, not too bad. How do we want to fill that? Let's grab a bag pretty much at random, actually. And, of course I picked a bag that's nearly empty. That was a good pick. I'm glad I grabbed that bag. Now, how much any of this looks like natural foliage and how much looks like I just scattered fake foliage in a mess onto the layout. Well, let's wait till I have the second layer on before I make a judgment call in that direction. Let's grab some more of the mossy stuff. Because I really like it. Yeah. I guess, yeah, might as well use more of this. Got a couple bags that I haven't even gotten into yet. Those are lighter colors, so they're more suited for the second layer. Oh dear. Yeah, I definitely should have been spreading the glue on thicker in that area. Oh well. Okay, these two crossing gates. Well, this crossing gate's fine. And this crossing gate is okay. Oops. Bringing some of the foliage with it. But this one I haven't even done. And that one needs more work. Start with this one. Oh, I got glue on the gate again. Oh well. Some of this stuff for variety. Yeah. Frontmost gate is the only one left. Yeah, I don't think you're getting out of it, frontmost gate. All four of you get foliage. There, see, that wasn't so bad, was it, frontmost gate? Okay. Just that edge there. And there's a gap there. And that'll be the first layer. Start with this gap here. Again, should have gone thicker on the glue on the hillside. The hilltop even. Both. Right. This one. Yeah. Spoiled for choice with my foliage. I love it. Good, 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 good. Now the area up here. We'll have it be slightly overgrown. I just realized this area is mostly stuff that I've cleaned up from elsewhere. I'm not even sure there's any glue down there. that didn't go as planned. Wanted to just drip a little drop on there and let it seep in. Well, there's glue down there now, but the ground cover's gone. That's a mistake that I made. Well, I guess I had to get glue down there anyway, or the ground cover would be gone as soon as I moved the layout, wouldn't it? So, not so much a mistake. Something that had to happen. An unfortunate necessity, shall we say. I gotta say, this is good stuff. I think it's better than the stuff I normally use for wargaming models. Maybe I should just get model railroad turf for that, too. Alright. We'll let the glue settle for a few minutes. And then we'll do a second layer, which won't be like full coverage. It'll just be, you know, disguising transitions a little and adding variety. And for that, we will mostly be working with these two bags that I haven't opened yet. Which is a good way to ensure variety in your ground cover, is have multiple colors and hold off on some of them until your second layer. That tree is actually so wobbly. That one above the car tunnel, I'm going to put a little glue here. That will dry transparent, as white glue tends to do, and it should adhere it at least a little bit to the side of the mountain. Spread it a little. Yeah. Yeah, that should help it stay upright. Just a touch, just a tad. Okay, while we're letting the glue settle, I'm going to change my gloves. This pair is kind of gluey. How long have we been going? About 2 hours, 2.5, 2 hours 20. So yeah, 2 hours 20. Or they call these things hand saunas. Goodness. Yeah, this has definitely successfully piqued my interest in Z Gauge. I think, well, I do want to get a couple more Z Shorty things. Even, you know, just one or two different rail cars that I can swap out with the one that I've got would be nice. Maybe I'll get a full-on starter set with a Shinkansen and build a little mini layout with that on some foam. I've been looking at standard Z gauge as well. Although I just really like the Z Shorties. And you know, the price is pretty hard to argue with, too. It must be sad. Alright, I suppose. Shall we start on layer 2? How solid is the glue? I think that's okay. I think that's okay. So I'm working on the corner that's off camera. Of course, the turf is on here so thick that the glue doesn't quite hold it down as well as I would like in the first place. But that's fine. It's just a natural part of the process. This. Let's put some of that here. That'll be a very good color contrast. If I spot any gaps that I missed, I'll be sure to cover those while I'm at it. Oops. Keep bumping the camera. This lamp again, I don't need it quite there anymore. Oh, we'll put some of this in front of Rokuhan as well. Give them a little more to look at. Oops, I'm confiscating some of the crossing gates turf. Oh well. Yeah, just a little. Just a little. Right about there is fine. Speaking of crossing gates turf, let's move it away a little from the rails. And speaking of gaps that I overlooked, there's one right there, huh? Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Some on the hillside, I suppose. Actually, we'll scatter some among these bushes. Yeah. just a little up here. Actually, quite a lot up there. How about? Very good. Very good. Well, that went onto areas where there's no glue, but that's okay. The final little fixative business will take care of that. Any other spaces that need a little more attention? Still some little spots on the front of the hill. This little spot, this little spot, that little spot right in front of me too. They can get the lightest of our ground covers. Well, yeah, I'm scattering quite a lot of that where I don't want it. This is always the case when I'm working on the hillside, huh? Waste some of you up there. Oops. Alright. But while I'm ahead, I suppose. Little gaps around here. I guess I am building a very overgrown area. But yeah, it's nice and wild, you know? Let's put some here just to have a splash of a brighter color. Yeah. What a mess. What a mess I've made. Alright, now we'll scatter some more of that lightest color around. Just for giggles, basically. Like, ooh, hey, right there's a good spot. Thought I saw just a little bit of plastic shining through. there's some exposed glue up here. Boom. Boom. Okay. Oh, good gravy. I went over here and I still didn't fill this gap. Good thing I caught it. I was about to declare myself finished. Gap there, but I think we're just gonna have to put up with it. No, that's defeatist talk. We don't have to put up with a gap. No matter how narrow it is. This is my layout, and I'll make it look how I want. Yes! Yeah! No one can stop me. I sure won't put up with a teeny little gap. Not one that I've seen while I'm still putting the turf on, anyway. Oh, I should do some more cover on the street lamps. Their bases are still a little more exposed than I would prefer. Let's use some of this sort of medium shade type stuff. That's probably too much glue. We'll put it on over here. Oh, botheration. Botheration again! I'll keep saying it, so yeah, no one can stop me from saying botheration. And I completely missed the second lamppost. I completely missed again. Okay, time for the brush. There we go. Should have done that the first time I missed. Alright. Come off of there. I think this tree needs a little glue to hold it to the mountain too, actually. That's a bit of a wiggle. I don't see any more gaps. Oh, and as I say that, I spot one, two gaps. Teeny little ones, but yeah. I still have plenty of ground cover left. I can be picky. And like I said, it's my layout, and there will be no gaps. All right. Now it's time to grab my tweezers. I can reach in here and grab the masking tape. Grab the masking tape. There we go. We're going to wipe off any ground cover that we see on top of the road bed. Then we are going to clean the rails with our cotton swab and rubbing alcohol. Oh, I just spotted another gap. Two more gaps. I guess I should have given this layout a full turnaround before I declared myself gapless here. Well, live and learn. Excellent. All right, now. Don't want any ground cover on top of the tracks. We also want to keep it off the road for the most part. I mean, you know, a road's not going to be perfectly clear, but oops, spotted another gap. That one's on the mountainside. Should have figured there'd be a gap there. Anywhere. Should have suspected, just on general principle. Like a big old mess there. Yeah, lots of different types of foliage all coming together. A chaotic riot of color. Assuming any of them will come off the brush. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's clear it off the rack. It can be on the sides of the road bed, just not the top. That's all I care about. It's on the top, it'll interfere with the rail car. We don't want that. Really, I guess it can be on the top as long as it's on the outside. But, for safety's sake, better just not have it on top at all. This part is a little tedious, but it's necessary. Nothing else. Your layout needs good, clean track. Even if that's literally all it is, just track on a board or on your floor. Just a temporary thing that you set up to run a train for a little while. Good, clean track is essential. That's something I sort of wish I had known going into this hobby, because I remember, well, I mentioned this before, I think. I had like a little layout on a little chunk of foam. It was basically a loop that I was just kind of learning on. And one day my trains didn't run very well. And so I'm like, oh no, what happened? Is there something wrong with the electrics? Or are my trains breaking down? Have I done something wrong in my storing them or maintaining them? So I go online and I look into possible causes, and the first thing that comes up is, well, maybe your track's not clean. And it hadn't even occurred to me to clean the track. So I got the full, like, tidy track cleaning kit that Woodland Scenics, I believe, produces, and I got it onto there with the rescue pads and the cleaning pads, all the pads, and then all my locomotives ran fine again. So yeah, I mean, I guess I should have figured it out on my own, but keep your track clean. Very important. You want your trains to run well or at all. Okay, I think the track is pretty well clear. Bring the lamp down and have a look inside the tunnel. Yeah, I think it's alright. Alright, cotton swab. Have one over here, hidden in a zipper bag so that nothing got on it. Isopropyl alcohol. 91%. 99% is better for cleaning track, but oops. I can't get any. I spilled a little on my desk. Fortunately, it landed right on the paper towels, so we're okay. None of it got on the layout either. Alright. And we'll just give these tracks a wipe to get rid of any adhesive that might have been left over from the masking tape. well as any glue that might have seeped through somehow or snuck past. Yeah. Ooh. Cotton swab's tearing a little. This is a name brand one too. It shouldn't be breaking down like that too badly. Oh well. Yeah, I can reach the whole track inside the tunnel with this cotton swab, so I don't need to worry about putting the hill, or making the hill removable. Alright, that is a clean track. Did I accidentally drag any ground cover onto the rails? I did. Tisk tisk, Restre. You must be more careful about such things. Oh, almost forgot this last piece of masking tape. Now, make sure there's no ground cover stuck to my gloves. Don't want to interfere with the mechanism at the 11th hour. It's time for the Z Shorty itself to go onto the track. This will be a bit of a challenge to get it railed. I think right here's a good spot. Should I have not put quite as many trees on there? I wanted to use several of them. Originally I wanted to use all of them that came with the set, but that was just too many trees. Just too many trees. My friends, we have almost a completed layout here. As I said, I'm going to use a mixture of glue and water with a little drop of dish soap to drip onto here and serve as a sealer. And I think I said this already, but I'll do that off stream because it's not going to take long enough to be worth a stream. And it's the only thing that I need to do with this mini layout. So, I believe since we are finished with this project, I should update my evaluation. So I believe that when as I recall, when I first put it together on Saturday, I had nothing but praise and delight and more praise and more delight, I believe, was my overall impression. And now, having had it for a few days, having run it for a fair amount of time over the course of the few days that I've had it, and now that we've applied the scenery set, and you know, yesterday I mentioned that even after breaking in, the Shorty sometimes had a little trouble getting started until the motor warmed up, but that is not occurring today. So maybe it's just the first couple of times you run it after breaking in that it'll have trouble. So, yeah. When you first get it, be prepared for a little unreliability. It'll need a poke to get moving on its first few laps during the breaking in, and maybe your next couple of running sessions afterwards. But then, as you can see, it will run quite smoothly. Second point, the battery pack falling off, disconnecting from the adhesive is still an issue. I put that tree a little too close to the track. There we go. They're flexible. Haha. I mean, it's not a huge deal. You just have to remember when you're picking up the layout to make sure the battery pack comes with it, because it might have detached. It's, you know, it's not ideal, but I wouldn't call it a deal breaker. It's just something you need to be aware of. And I may just grab some of my double-sided tape and see if that'll hold it better than the tape that it came with. Other than that, my effulgent and enthusiastic praise stands. Oh, one last note. The scenery pack is very generous. I still have varying amounts of all the different types of ground cover that I used. I mean, some of these bags are pretty close to empty. But, I mean, certainly, if I wanted to, I don't know, get just a little board and put another Z Shorty loop, like using a starter set, I mean, I could get pretty far decorating that layout with what's left. There's plenty of trees left over. Guardrails. This set came with 8 street lamps, and you only need 2. So, yeah, it's a very generous set for the money. I think I just spotted another gap. Oh yeah, I'll add a little more to that later. We're not going to stop the Shorty now. It's running. Yeah, I said this in the first stream. The package deal of the layout itself and the scenery pack is about $65. And honestly, it is one of the best model railroading purchases I've ever made. I love it. I love it. And the fact that the chassis is interchangeable is great, because I can buy as many Z Shorty rail cars as I want for in the area of $7, because they have the dummy chassis, they don't have a mechanism, and just swap the chassis with this one. And you know, if I want to have more than one of them have a powered chassis, that's $10 for another chassis. So even if I powered all of them, I decided to go whole hog and power every rail car that I bought. That's, you know, $17 to $20 per rail car. And that's a great value for a powered unit. For a powered rail car, $20. And yeah, I'll have to buy a powered chassis with couplers. and 2 non-powered chassis for the Shinkansens. But again, then I can run as many Shinkansen units. Shinkansen? Geez, I should check how these words are pronounced. It's almost like I'm speaking a language I don't know. I should probably learn it. Anyway, yeah, Shinkansen. Once I get chassis for those, I can get as many as I want for, yeah, between $12 and $15. So, yes, the shorties are not realistic. They're all the units are the same length and share the same wheelbase, regardless of their prototype. And it's not, this isn't the most detailed model I own, I'll tell you that. Not even close, I should say. But if you're looking to get into model railroading with the smallest cost of entry possible, $65 for the mini layout and the scenery pack, and I bought a 4-pack of AA's. I forgot how much it cost me, but half of that for the 2 AA's plugged into here. And if you have AA batteries anyway, I mean, there you go. For a full working and fully decorated layout, and one that you can easily put in many different places in your home, for less than $100. And how long have I spent on this project? I think like 6 or 7 hours between the 3 streams. I haven't done anything off stream except opening the boxes to make sure everything was in them. It's a good weekend project if you want to spend all your Saturday and Sunday on it. Younger kids might like to participate. I mean, there's certainly, I think the recommended age is like 15. But, I mean, I've got a niece who's 6, and she could figure out how to put ground cover down, if nothing else. You know, I'll just show her how to spread the glue with the brush, and she can scatter it on herself. She just needs to leave the drilling and the super glue to me. So, yeah, that might actually be a good activity for her. And then she'll have her own little mini layout, too. Although, I've got a nephew who's much more into trains than my niece is. So, he's a bit too young. But, yeah, maybe in 2 or 3 years, I'll get another one of these sets, and me and my nephew can build it together. And then he can have his own little real electric train on his dresser. And I'm sure he'll love it. I mean, I love it. I'm just so happy with this little thing. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I said it and I'll say it again. One of the best model railroading purchases I've ever made. And I don't think Z-gauge is going to replace N-scale as the primary size that I work with. But I will certainly be collecting some more Z shorties. And making some teeny little layouts of my own. I am super pleased with this set. I said to paint the trees, but I guess there are some patches where you can sort of see the wire. So maybe I will. I'll get out one of my darker green paints and just put a layer on those tree trunks. I'm still amused every time I look at the Rokuhan signs. That's a good pun, Rokuhan. That's a good pun. I salute you for it. So yeah, final verdict. If you're thinking about model railroading, but you don't have a lot of space, or maybe you do have a lot of space, but you want to have just a little teeny layout that you can easily take with you to various places in your home or even out of your home. I could take this to work and put it on my desk and have it for a conversation starter. Honestly, the only people who I wouldn't recommend this for are people who have absolutely no interest in Z-gauge and cannot be convinced to even have a tiny layout of it. And people who have no tolerance for the non-prototypical length and wheelbases of the Z Shorty line. If you fall into either of those two groups, then yeah, this set is not going to be for you. Otherwise, it's a good set, and I recommend getting one. Honestly, and if you're an amateur like me, like I said, my last attempt to decorate a layout didn't go very well, I'm going to be honest. Just reading the instructions and just putting down the trees and the building and the ground cover, I think my modeling skills in those areas have improved just in this process. Just in the 2 hours yesterday and 3 hours today, this has been a beneficial experience for me. So even if nothing else, if you're learning, this is a good, inexpensive way to bump up your decorating skills for your layout. And yeah, like I said, if you just want to watch a train go around and you don't have a lot of space to do it, this set will probably fit somewhere in your home. I've been keeping it. I have an old antique cabinet. Well, it's a set of drawers with a cabinet on top that has a glass door. My mother used to keep old like dolls and things in it, but she moved those to another shelf and gave it to me. And this takes up maybe half of one of the shelves in that glass cabinet. And it's right there on display. in my living room. Anytime I want to have it run, because I leave the rail car on the track, so anytime I want to run it, I just open the cabinet and flip the switch, and it's going to look even nicer in there now. Okay, we're gonna have one more try at having the microphone actually. No, I don't think it got it. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good little runner. Nice and quiet. So I want to keep talking about it, but I'm running out of things to say. Yeah, I hope it looked as much fun as it was. Yesterday and today. Had a little trouble with my pin vise yesterday, but I mean, that's the pin vice's fault. We're not going to blame this kit for that. It's the pin vice's fault for not being a good pin vise, and it's my fault for buying it. So, yeah, that's my final statement on the matter. I hope this looks as much fun as it is, because I am delighted. I am so happy with this. And I mean, honestly, for $65, where are you even going to get what amounts to a full train set other than this? I'm repeating myself now, but I love it. It's great. The scenery kit is lovely and generous with what it's in it. Yeah, it's a good set. I'm going to stop talking and let it run for a couple of minutes before I end the stream, like I did the first time around. You can just enjoy it. Should I mute the music too? Nah, the music's probably fine. All right, I guess you get the idea, huh? Yes, I feel like the words that I'm using are not properly conveying just how just how strongly I recommend this set to anyone who even vaguely thinks it might be a nice thing to have. I guess I'll leave you with that. This has been Restre Alk, N-Scale aficionado, and now Z Shorty fan. I'll see you next time.